All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Boom, and welcome to the Big Honker podcast brought to you by Pacific Calls. I am locally known Jeff Stanfield with the world-famous Andy Shaver. How you doing, Andy?
Excellent.
How's life in the world-famous life?
Excellent, Jeff.
You've been a bachelor for a couple of days?
It's got its perks.
How's the bachelor life?
It's fine.
You miss your kids, though, don't you?
Yeah, I've been busy, though.
You miss your wife also, or just your kids?
I miss them all.
Okay, that's a good, safe answer. She's going to listen to this. So.
Yep, miss them all, but it's been a busy week, as always, so that's a good thing, though.
When I don't remember ever Michelle and you guys all leaving when I was at the house by myself. I went out of town on business a lot of times by myself, and the worst times is the nights. It's when I would miss everybody the most.
I'm busy at night.
Well, so then you're not missing them at all then, because you just go to sleep then. So you're good. Well, good. I'm glad for you.
When you're as busy as I am, Jeff, you don't have time to miss out on a whole lot.
That's the life of the world famous Andy Shaver.
That's right. That's how you get to be world famous.
I don't
you stay fucking busy
all the time. So all day long. What'd you do yesterday all day?
So we had
a podcast. And we were done at 10:30.
Yep. So I pull clips. That takes several hours, and then took a break, had dinner, went and got a frozen pizza from the grocery store, bachelor life. Watched a little bit of TV, and then about 8:30, I started working on the podcast to release for today, and that wrapped up about 11:15, 11:30, and then sleep, and now here we are again.
I made your mom feel bad on Wednesday night.
Why?
I told her, I said, poor Andy. I said, Jesse's going to have nothing to eat. Well, I can make something real quick. It's like 8:30 at night. I said, the night we done wine.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, well, he'll be all right.
Yeah.
And then she started feeling bad. Well, call him and I'll make something. I said, Michelle, he's 32 fucking years old.
33.
33. He can cook for himself. You're fixing to be 34?
I guess that's what the number is now.
God almighty, I'm getting freaking
87,
old.
so you do the math, Jeff.
Yep.
You're the math with. Well, I can't remember what I had for dinner on Wednesday night.
You went to place at Rochester.
No.
That was Tuesday night. Because you told me you called in a hole in the wall one night.
One night, when did we do wine? Wyman was Tuesday.
Was that the night you called in hole in the wall?
No. We didn't get out of here till 9:30.
You did hole in the wall Monday night then.
No, I did. It doesn't matter. What the fuck did I eat Tuesday night?
Well, fuck, I don't know. I don't care.
That's nice of you to say.
I don't.
Have you finished Outer Banks yet?
No. We got.
Oh, yeah, you went to the casino yesterday.
Yeah, we'll finish
Paid
it
the
up next
light
week.
bill. Next week?
Well, we got Dylan spend the night with us right now, and then she'll be there Thursday night. We might watch it Friday, and then Saturday we're going to Fort Worth. We eat at the Riata.
Never heard of it.
It's a real nice place to eat. They got a deal upstairs to eat at, but in the summertime it gets a little warm up there.
Riata Ford?
Riata. It's R-E-A-T-A. R-E-A-T-A.
Jeff, I think you have to go to Austin for that.
No, boy, we've eaten there before. It's in Sunshine or Sundance Square. Why do you always want to argue? All the freaking time. It don't matter.
I just worry that you're not going to the right place.
We're making an official.
R-E-A-T-A.
What'd I say?
I don't know. Maybe that's what you said. Because there's a Riata, R-I-A-T-A.
No, it's R-E-A.
In Austin.
R-E-A-T-A. It's a good place to eat. They have really good food.
Texas Day Brazil, that's where you should go, Jeff.
You know, I've never been to one.
Me neither, but I've heard good things.
I have too. I don't eat enough to go to one of them anymore, though.
Well, that is true also.
So it wouldn't be fun. Riata.
Bob's Steak and Chop House, I've heard good things about it. I'll tell you a place that was overblown.
Texas Roadhouse, you're right. That's horrible.
And
you take away their bread and their roll. First of all, you two both are mullet heads. Think about this. You're talking about Wichita Falls and Abilene. Mm-hmm. What fine dining establishments are in either place? Wichita Falls has got the Pelican.
McBride's,
okay. And then you got Texas Roadhouse. In Abilene, you can go to Copper Creek.
Copper Creek's
which
good.
Is very, very good. Me and Michelle's favorite place to go.
The husband and wife.
I'm not that big Joe Allen's fan.
Joe Allen's. Perini's.
Perini's is good. That's not really in Abilene, but yeah, it is. It's outside of Abilene. They're very good. I've had good meals there. Okay, see, that's what I'm saying. But the average person is not going to go. Copper Creek's expensive, so you knock out the people that are going to spend $100 for two people to go eat when you go to Parade. So
it ain't a whole lot fucking less at Texas
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
Oh, bullshit! It is too.
It's a $20 steak.
The two $20 steaks is $40. That's a big fucking difference.
You're gonna get drinks. You're gonna get an appetizer. It ain't but $25 or $30 steak at Copper Creek. You're not spending that much more.
If you get out of it, me and Mom go to Copper Creek, it's gonna cost us $150 for two of us to eat every time. You cannot go to two people can go to Texas Roadhouse and drink all fucking night long and spend $78.
I could get two steaks. One from Texas Roadhouse, one from Copper Creek. You would not be able to tell the difference.
Bullshit, you can too.
No,
Copper Creek steaks are not. I mean, Copper Creek steaks are so much better. I don't even get the steak there.
I'm not impressed. Well, I'm going on record.
Well, good. When we have your stuff, we'll go to fucking Texas Roadhouse, and you can have some butter and biscuits. Then when I have a deal, or Mom will go to Copper Creek to a fine establishment.
I'm not saying that Texas Roadhouse is this end-all, be-all, because there are better steaks, but it ain't bad.
It's decent at best.
It ain't bad. It's a 7. You're going to get a 7 every time.
It's not a 7 even.
It's a 7.
No.
7.5 every time. You're going to go in there. You're going to get cold beer. You're going to get hot rolls. You're going to get a decent steak, good to decent steak. You're going to get a solid 7 every time.
Any place.
And I don't think Copper Creek is a 10.
Any place, I say it's about a 9. Any place that has to get you full on bread.
Oh, give me a break.
Salad.
Give me a break.
Breadsticks and Alfredo.
Give me a break.
Their food is not as good as other places are.
Jeff, I went to the Beehive a week ago.
Which one did you go to?
Albany. You want to know the first thing that comes out?
Bread.
Big ass thing of bread.
Yeah.
Now, would you say that their steak is not good?
I haven't eaten there in a long time.
I highly doubt that in the last 10 years that this bread is a new phenomenon at the Beehive. I'm sure since they started a long time ago.
What kind of butter do they give you?
It's just regular butter.
Okay, see there? Texas Roadhouse gives that cinnamon butter that's good.
Okay, Logan's Roadhouse, who's no longer in business, gave regular butter.
Because they serve the same fucking food that Texas Roadhouse. Logan's is no longer available?
I don't think so. I think they went out in the Rona.
Willie Nelson owned them, I think.
Well, so
I've eaten at Texas Roadhouse,
and Beehive gave you a salad. So you got biscuits and rolls, and you got a salad at the Beehive before your steak.
So you're telling me that Texas Roadhouse is better place to eat than the Beehive? That's
not what I'm saying. I'm saying your argument was if they've got to fill you up before your steak comes out. I'm telling you that it's irrelevant because the Beehive does the same thing.
I've never had a good steak at Texas Roadhouse. I've had decent steak. I've never had a steak and I thought, man, this fucking steak is really good. And I've had that at a lot of places. I've had it out here a lot of times. I've never had it at Texas Roadhouse. Their food's not bad. I'm not saying it's a horrible place to eat.
You said it was no fucking good.
It's not nothing to go right down and do backflips about.
I didn't
That's when it shocks me with you guys. Like, oh, let's go to Texas Roadhouse. Like, it's a treat.
I didn't say that it was something that we needed to do.
I would rather go to Cheddar's.
Fuck that.
That's because you work there.
That fucking hellhole. No, and that's no Cheddar's for me.
Texas Roadhouse is the Red Lobster
of the steak world.
That's right.
I'll go with that.
Okay, and Red Lobster's about a six.
Red Lobster's decent. I'll go to Red Lobster.
And let me tell you something about Red Lobster. As you age, like we have, we seem to eat earlier than the day. It is a blue hair place. They are busy as shit from 4 to 6.
And that was another thing that Eric said. There aren't enough people in this world that hate Roadhouse because they've got a fucking hour wait Friday and Saturday night.
That's because there's the only game in town almost.
No.
There's not that many. People can take
Abilene, you do.
People can take their family of 4 to go to Roadhouse and they can eat and it's not going to break the bank. It's not a bad place to eat, but it is a Luby's cafeteria of steakhouses. Yes, it is. It is. It is not
high.
No. Have you ever heard of anybody just got dropped down back doing backflips over fucking going to Texas Roadhouse between you and Eric?
I'm not doing. You're putting me in this bubble that I'm not in, and I've told you that I'm not in. I said it's a decent steak.
I brought up Papa Do's, and you say Texas Roadhouse. What the fuck? Are they even close?
I did not know what argument you were going to make.
Are they close even in categories?
I mean, they're apples and oranges, but I could see where a Cajun like Chef Jean Paul is not stopping at.
They eat that stuff all the time.
A make-believe Cajun place in Texas.
Now, he does eat pull doos, though, so let's cut some slack here.
Well, I'm sure they're delicious.
Well, I'm glad that
you're trying to find the menu for Perini. So
I hope Texas Roadhouse sends you a fucking T-shirt.
I'm not looking for a T-shirt. Okay. Perini Steakhouse. That's so expensive. Steak, 16-ounce ribeye, $25.99.
It's not bad at all.
So, I mean, people...
What else do they have on their menu, though? Don't they have a real limited menu?
I mean, it's just... I'm just getting this off.
I think they're the Joe T. Garcia's a steakhouse. Joe T's has two things on their menu.
Prime rib, ribeye, cowboy ribeye, hamburger steak, filet, peppered strip, and then you got some entrees that are blocked out. Now, let's go look at Texas Roadhouse. Texas Roadhouse prices. You're not going to see a whole lot of difference. We can even look at Copper Creek because I'm sure they're on here.
I think a big tomahawk there is probably $40-$50.
A big tomahawk probably is. The cowboy cut, which I didn't look at, was probably more than that.
Well, we're defensive. Do you own stock in Texas Roadhouse?
I don't, but
do we need to start building these fuckers for advertisement?
No, I don't. Okay, bone-in ribeye. 20-ounce steak. $24.99.
So you get 4 ounces more meat. But the bone counts the same fucking thing.
The bone counts. That's what a lot of people don't.
We ate at Texas Roadhouse in St. Louis.
It was decent.
That's what I'm saying. We are agreeing. It's decent.
That's what I said the whole time.
No, you pulled
You're pushing me into this bubble that I don't belong. That's what I'm telling you. I'm not saying that Texas Roadhouse you're going to go get your fucking pants knocked off because you're not. But you can go there and you can get a decent meal. Same as Perini's.
Or Luby's.
There's no arguing. I'm going to look up Copper Creek just to... They probably don't have one.
They are the best dining establishment in Abilene, Texas.
I would disagree.
What would you put above them?
I have never had... I'll tell you this. I've not gone to Copper Creek and thought, man, this is the best steak I've ever had. Not one time. And I've been there plenty.
Well, where is the best steak you've ever had? Please do not say Texas Roadhouse.
I've ate there more, so it's just the odds are in their favor. I don't know. I couldn't tell you where.
You don't even know the best steak you've ever had?
No, I really don't. Beehive was good, and I can't gauge anything now. My taste is so fucked up from COVID.
They used to have a place called the Outpost in Abilene, and they used to have a marinated filet that was good. I think it was marinated in Coke or Pepsi, and it was really a good cut. It was a very good meal. Really, really, really
I don't
good.
Believe these prices.
What?
$46 for a steak?
Yeah.
At Copper Creek?
Yes. I think someone about 7 or 8 minutes ago said the same thing, that you're going to spend $150.
Aged 30 days?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Listen,
That's more than that 3-day aged when you're getting it at Roadhouse, huh?
I've been there before.
How many times have you been there?
Half a dozen.
A half a dozen. How many times did you pay for them?
Half of the half dozen. I think we've only been with you 2 or 3 times. We went one time for Mom's.
Mm-hmm. We took Dylan and Reese to eat there probably before COVID.
$46. Fuck that.
You tight fucker.
$76. I've not even seen this. They have a Wagyu ribeye for $76.
It's called a classy place. They have really good food. But see, I don't ever eat steak hardly there because I always get they have a stuffed chicken cordon bleu that I really like that's there. It's got green chili sauce on it, and they have something else I get sometimes. They got either red fish or something I like.
But it's a decent place to go. You're gonna overpay.
It's above decent.
You're gonna overpay, obviously.
When
you could go to Roadhouse
and get a Wagyu beef, right?
You're not gonna get a Wagyu beef. I bet that's the worst seller right there.
What?
The Wagyu ribeye.
Well, not a lot of people are going to pay $76 for a steak.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's there.
Worst seller.
Well, they have a good crowd there. Now, if you want to go to the Walmart crowd, you can go to Texas Roadhouse.
I really don't know where the best steak is I've had. I thought
New York, didn't y'all eat at a fancy place?
Yeah, we ate at a Gordon Ramsay.
The best steak I've ever...
No, that was Vegas. No. We didn't go to Peter Luger's in New York.
The best steak I've had... I've had some good meals in a lot of places. We ate in... I had a good steak in Tijuana, actually. Damn good filet. In Vegas, we ate at Delmonico's one night. I've eaten there a couple of times, and I've had steak. Their steak's really good, but I had a chicken fried steak one time, chicken fried ribeye there. With gravy.
Before. I'm not a fan.
It was theirs was damn good. It was
it's too fatty.
What's the guy? What's the Kunas. It's a famous chef that's older now.
Emerald Lagasse.
Emerald's place, and it was really good. I ate at Bobby Flay's. I had a steak at one of Bobby Flay's joints one time. It was good. I've had steak. I don't eat steak out because we eat steak at the lodge a lot and we eat steak at home a lot. So I don't eat steak. When we go out to eat, I try to get something I don't have all the time. So I've really like fish and I like seafood a lot.
Well, chicken cordon bleu would not be on my list.
Chicken cordon bleu is very good. Theirs is very, very good. I like it.
But what started this whole fucking debate is we went to Ruth Chris before I had LASIK.
Now, see, I've heard it's very overrated.
It is.
And I've never eaten at a Ruth Chris that I can remember.
That was a place I had high. Maybe it was my fault. Too high of expectations. Walked in, it was good. It was a nice 7. But you're paying a fucking 15 price.
What happens is this is like music. It's all an opinion.
Right.
So we're going to be inundated with people's opinions on this, which is fine. We like the feedback. The best restaurant I've ever eaten in my life was in a basement in Las Vegas, and it was an Italian restaurant, and it was very, very good. And I can't remember the name of the place, but it was out of this world. And then I've had Joe's Stone Crab. I think it's Joe's Stone Crab. They have one in Caesars, and it's out of Key West or Miami, Florida. And they've got one in Vegas, and they're really good too.
Right.
And then I've had some damn good seafood on the East Coast me and Mom eat at a little place I think it's in Rye, New Hampshire, and it's right on the water, and it's just an old red-looking shack. It's an upstairs, downstairs deal, and they've got some of the best seafood. And this is how fancy this place is. You drink in plastic cups. But their food is out of this world.
There's a place in Lubbock that's really good, Las Brisas. That would probably be where I've had the
We've
best
eaten
steak.
there before, I think.
I'll just because I can't think of anywhere better. Las Brisas in Lubbock.
Is that the one that's in the neighborhood that we ate at? We went from one of Mom's birthdays, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, their food was good.
Yeah.
I've never eaten at the Brazilian steakhouses, and I need to do that one time.
You should have done that before your stomach surgery, Jeff.
Yeah, I won't eat that much, so yeah, you're probably right. Like at Riata, I don't know what I'll order. Probably a small filet mignon, and that'll probably be about my meal. Maybe a salad.
Yeah. There you go.
But it is what it is.
Everything's a la carte at Ruth Chris.
Yeah, that's where they binge over on fucking
That's right.
$12 for green beans.
House salad, $10.
I want to go eat at Peter Luger's. That's one of my bucket list places to eat.
I wonder if it's a la carte.
I don't know. We were going to go there when we landed last year. At first we were going to land in LaGuardia and then drive up the East Coast, and that was my deal. I even checked into Peter Luger's. We were going to go there and eat. All the COVID's got everything so fucked up. You can't plan to go do anything anymore. I am so.
Whew, steak for $200.
That's not bad. It's $50 a steak.
But
in New York City, what do you expect?
I think it's in Brooklyn, Jeff.
Well, it's New York City.
You need to get your fucking boroughs straight.
That's New York City. I'm so tired of this Chinese shit. This is absolutely. Traveling is a pain in the ass. Everything's a pain in the ass. We are not going to Game Fair. So everybody that's coming to see us in Game Fair, and I'm going to put it on our closed page, we are not going to go. I'm not battling all this bullshit, and I have a feeling there's fixing to come a lot more mass mandates. And they're ruining everything.
Glad you made this decision without me, Jeff.
I did.
Good to know that we're a team.
We are a team.
Yep, just
you do your thing, I do my thing.
Don't have equal say, I guess.
Okay. Do you want to go to Miss Game Fair?
It's already canceled, Jeff. You've already canceled American Airlines. It's done.
Hold on. No, I'm waiting on American Airlines to call me back. You can't even fucking change your flights no more without having to wait 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Well, it's done.
Well, we can change it. I can put Jesse on there and you and her can go.
No, it's done.
No, I don't mind.
Well, I've got kids.
Kids can stay with us.
No, they've got school and.
You don't think we can get them ready for school? Y'all are going to St. Lucia and leaving them.
Correct. In October.
Are you worried about that trip yet?
No. I'm not.
Mexico, going through the airport into Mexico was easy as hell. Coming out of Mexico in the airport was a pain in the ass. A major pain in the ass. If you're older, because everybody young has a smartphone. If you're older and you don't have a smartphone, you may be stuck in Mexico the rest of your life. Because you have to, what are those called with the menus? Are they QVC codes?
Yep.
QVC is what they are?
Mm-hmm.
You have to have
QR.
QR
QVC is the
channel.
Yeah.
Okay. You have to have a QR code to get out of the airport. You have to click on it. Then you got to fill out an anti-COVID questionnaire. Lie your ass off like everybody else is probably. The shit's running rampant. One of the questions, have you been around anybody in the last 14 days that's had COVID? Well, I'm sure I probably have, standing right here in this fucking airport, if you want to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But you have to fill out a deal. You got to show it at 3 checkpoints. So pre-prepared if you go out of the... And I'm assuming it's going to be that way everywhere, the way it is right now. Interesting. Is this going to be on YouTube? Because we're not on the big screen, so I didn't know.
Well, we never are, Jeff.
Okay. Did you know that I saw a deal from NBC yesterday that in Dallas County, they released some numbers for the people in the hospital, and that 2-to-1, the people that were in the hospital, that were hospitalized with COVID, had taken the vaccination?
I don't doubt it.
2-to-1. The death rates were pretty close to the same, 99.6% survival rate.
Right.
But they're 2-to-1 the people in the hospital with the vaccines.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. I mean, even Joe Biden has said, even if you're vaccinated, you still have to wear a mask. It's getting old for sure.
So let's talk about sports for just a second. What did Skip Bayless do today now?
He went after Mike McCarthy. I was going to put it up on YouTube, but for whatever reason, like whenever we do that, the audio does not come through here. But he made fun of Mike McCarthy's weight, saying that a fat guy like Mike McCarthy couldn't motivate anybody.
Did he ever see John Madden, Andy Reid?
Lit into his ass and said that was a cheap shot and all this other stuff. And then Skip chipped back at her and said, well, that's a cheap shot. You're calling my shot a cheap shot. And
he's such a cocksucker.
It got fucking heated. Jenny Taft got pissed.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. If I could put $100 and watch her bitch slap his ass, I would do it.
Well, you almost saw it. And I don't think they're together because of COVID. Like, a long time ago, she was, like, sitting at the desk with him. I think she's off in another spot. But, oh, boy.
He's a total douche tool anyways.
Let me see if
I know the Dallas Cowboys hate his ass. And he's just all about them. And oh, fuck, after we called Troy Aikman gay. Well, Troy Aikman called Fox Sports and told them that they were hiring him was a mistake. He's an asshole. He's one of these guys, though, that wouldn't do that shit 40 years ago because somebody had whipped his ass. He's one of these keyboard warriors on TV warriors. Like me and you, if we say something bad about somebody, we ain't big enough that somebody can come up here and try to call us out on shit. I don't think. I mean, who knows? But he's an asshole.
I'll pull it up. You're going to have a hard time hearing it.
Yeah, you can't hear it, so it don't do you no good. He's a total fucking dickhead.
Listen to what he says. We're a team. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're not a team. You can tell. You can see the exact moment she goes from TV host just trying to get to the next segment to pissed off fucking woman that's about to cut your balls off on national television.
I wonder if she's a chubby chaser.
Look. Right here it is. Right here. Next. Woo!
So I'm assuming Skip does not have a lot of faith in the Cowboys.
No, he's pretty upset.
Now he loved Mike McCarthy when they hired him.
I guess so. I don't have HBO.
I don't either.
But there was a Hard Knocks episode that aired this week, and Mike McCarthy's trying to motivate the team, and he just butchers it.
What does he do?
He does they said he does Austin Powers references, and he's like, Skip's like, Micah Parsons was 2 weeks old when that movie came out. Zeke was 3, Dak was 4. Like, nobody gets your Austin Powers reference. And
I probably wouldn't even get it, and I was around then.
And just like, he's not a motivator. That was what that segment was about. They were watching this clip, saying that Mike McCarthy cannot motivate people. And then Skip said, yeah, and if you look at his appearance, and that's another knock against his motivation.
And that's when
motivating
she went
abilities.
crazy?
Well, no, they went on and kept talking. The segment ended. It was going to go to commercial, and you know how Jenny kind of comes in and
yes,
says what they said, and then and next we've got
Yes.
That's what she was doing, and then Skip said that's a cheap shot. You calling me out, and then it escalated. But Skip believes had Mike McCarthy not had Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, he would not have done what he did in Green Bay.
Well, why didn't he say that when the Cowboys hired him instead of sucking down his pecker the whole time?
I think he's seeing it now.
Of course, hindsight's 2020. It's just like anybody that's running for office right now to say what they would have done last March.
Right.
It's real simple now that we know that COVID's not as deadly as it was. You didn't see the masses coming out in March. Matter of fact, I think Florida shut down for a month. I don't remember exactly, but I think they did shut down for a month.
I think all
the whole country did.
Yes.
For about a month. Mm-hmm. It's real easy now looking back to say we should have never done that because everybody thought we were all fixing to be on ventilators the way the world was talking. I mean, fuck, we were stocking up on meat and shit to be locked up together for a year. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So hindsight's 2020. Well, I didn't see Skip going out bitching and raising hell when the Cowboys hired Mike McCarthy. I saw him praising him.
All he had was his sample size in Green Bay.
Of course, and it's easy to win when you have those quarterbacks. I agree with him on that. I don't think Mike McCarthy's a great coach. Aaron Rodgers will tell you Mike McCarthy's not a great coach.
But he is a great OC. He can call plays.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I don't understand NFL teams that hire a guy that got fired somewhere else.
Well, you have to.
They do it all the time,
yeah.
and I don't understand that.
Who are you going to pull from, Jeff?
I would go and hire a coordinator from somewhere else. I wouldn't hire a head coach that got fired for going 4-12 3 years in a row. And
Mike McCarthy didn't go
not
4-12.
No, he did not. I agree with you on that. I'm saying you see that happen all the fucking time. Guys get the third job and they hadn't won nowhere else they've been. What makes you think you're going to win where you're at there? Bill Belichick's one of the few that ever done that. Most losing coaches go to another place and they lose again. I think Anthony Lynn at San Diego was a good coach, and I think they screwed up by firing him.
Yeah.
I think he had a lot of bad breaks that happened this year, and I thought he turned it around. They drafted a good team, and the Spanos family should have kept him around. I thought they had a real good nucleus they were building.
But on paper, Mike McCarthy looked like a
good coach,
great hire for the Cowboys. Now, he does not have Aaron Rodgers. He's got Dak Prescott, who is a pretty good quarterback. Dak's
not no Aaron Rodgers.
10 or 11 games. He was on pace to have an incredible season last year. He was on pace to throw for 6,000 yards and 5,000 touchdowns.
There's a big difference between them, though. You know what it is?
What?
Aaron Rodgers wins games.
Anyway.
Dak Prescott has a lot of empty calories.
Yes,
and I like Dak. Dak's a good guy. Dak's a good person, and I like Dak. He was on my fantasy team. I like him. I don't think there's anything. I think he's a damn good fantasy quarterback. But there's a reason why the Cowboys were behind at halftime all the time, and a lot of that has to do with Dak.
Could be. But Mike McCarthy looked like a good hire. He had a great resume in Green Bay. His time ran short. The quarterback won. They went with Aaron Rodgers instead of Mike McCarthy. So he looks like a good hire. Now it's looking like maybe not so much. So that's why Skip's saying what he says.
But I don't understand.
Because he didn't see what he saw now. And now that Hard Knocks is in Dallas, I don't know that we would ever see it had it not been for HBO.
You're not letting me finish what I'm saying. I don't understand what happened last year transpired in Dallas had anything to do with Mike McCarthy. You lose your stud quarterback, you're going to lose. I mean, it's going to happen. When you have to replace him with the Red Rocket, then he gets hurt. Then they got Ben DiNucci quarterback in the game. They had Garrett Gilbert quarterback in the game one time. They were beat to shit last year. But when Dak was there, Dallas was 1-3. Dallas is lucky.
Could have been 0-4.
That's right. Atlanta bumbled up the end of the fucking game. It would have been 0-4. Dallas would have been 0-4 with the stud lineup they're going to have this year. Dallas is very overrated because they're the Dallas Cowboys, and they always are.
They'll win their division.
Who knows?
They will.
They didn't improve any this year. Everybody else did.
Parsons is good. And they got what? Was Dan Quinn their DC last year?
Dan Quinn was.
He was still in Atlanta.
But what I don't understand, their offensive line has gotten older by a year. They're gonna, as soon as the wear and tear happens, Tyrone's going to be out again. I don't see Dallas any better than 7-9, 8-8, or 9-7. That's where they're going to be at. I don't think they're that much better.
It'll be 9-8 this year.
Or 9-8. That's where I think that 8-9, 9-8. Well, you can't be 500 unless 8-1 wouldn't surprise me for Dallas. But that's where the Cowboys are going to be. They didn't get any better from last year at all. The Redskins went and got Fitzpatrick, which is an improvement over the kid that used to be at Carolina. I can't remember his name.
The rumor mill is that Washington would like to go get James Washington.
That would be a really good move for them because Curtis Samuels is still.
That's the rumor, and I've not heard that.
Well, I have some inside sources on this, and I was told they will not move him.
Really?
From a very reliable source.
Yeah, I've heard the same thing.
That they will not move him. Now,
I've also heard
Detroit Lions is a good place for him to go to.
That Baltimore wanted him last year.
They did in March, and he asked them, and they would
not.
No,
in the middle of the season.
Well, no, in March also they did.
And they're not. Which
I wouldn't trade with my rivals.
I wouldn't either.
But
why would you want a fourth receiver? You've got Juju, you've got Chase Claypool, you've got Deontay Johnson, you've got James Washington.
Injuries. There's a lot of teams have 4 receivers.
Not 4 of that caliber. Green Bay fucking doesn't.
He would be number 2 at Green Bay.
I mean,
Detroit.
Not everywhere has 4 receivers.
He might be number 1 at Detroit.
Kenny Galladay's gone, but that's what I'm saying. Like, why? You've got a. I don't know if James would ever be a stud number 1 receiver.
I don't know if he would either.
But he would be a good number 2 for somebody.
Where James is such a good asset is he doesn't get in trouble off the field.
Right.
He goes to work. He works hard.
Right.
He doesn't make a lot of mistakes mentally. He's good that way. And he'll get another contract.
Yes.
But you got to look at this from Pittsburgh's standpoint. They're paying him $2 million a year to be their fourth. If somebody gets injured, they can throw him right in there.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
What would you do? If
Move
you were,
him.
For what?
A third.
They're not going to get a third for him.
You'll get a third for him.
I don't think so. I think you'd be lucky to get a 5th.
You'll get a third for him.
You're telling me that you would trade a third round. Now, you would trade a third. Hold on. Let me finish, Michelle. You're going to trade a third-round pick for a guy that's contract expires at the end of the year.
What are you going to do with him when his contract expires?
You're going to hope to re-sign him, but you're going to have to sign him. You don't want to trade a third for a guy that you're just renting. That's the problem.
Deontay is on his rookie contract. He's not costing you much money. Juju's the only one on there that's costing you much money.
I'm telling you, for another team to trade for him a third-round pick, I wouldn't trade a third for a guy that you're just going to have to sign. You're going to have to re-sign.
Right, I see what
you
you're
don't
saying.
have any stability that he's going to stay with you.
Right.
I could see if he had another year or two on his like a 2-year contract deal, and you
Right.
say, "Yeah, I'll trade you 30 for him because I'm going to get him for 2 years." That's what I'm
I
talking about.
understand that from another franchise, but I don't know why Pittsburgh is
Because
locked in
he's
saying
cheap.
You're staying here.
We got $2 million tied up to you as a safety valve. That's not a bad safety valve to have because he doesn't cause problems. He wants out because he wants a bigger contract. If
he wants out because he wants to fucking play.
Of course. And if he goes and plays and catches 70 balls next year, he's going to get a 3-year, $20 million contract.
Right. It's got nothing to do with money. He wants to fucking be out on the field playing.
Because he'll make more money. It's a business. I don't blame him at all. I'm on his side on the deal. I just said I understand why Pittsburgh doesn't want to trade him. And I understand why a team doesn't want to give up a 3 for him. I think, if someone come up to him and said, "Hey, we'll give you a first-round pick for him," they're going to fucking trade his ass in a heartbeat.
Well, yeah.
I don't think they're going to get a 3 for him. I think his trade value is a 5th or 6th round because he's on the end of his contract. You're renting a player is what you're doing.
Well, we'll see.
But a team like Washington, they need another guy like that. He would be a great number 2 or 3 for them. Detroit, he would be a 1. Is Cole Beasley going to play for Buffalo?
Yeah.
Is he playing? I was going to say he could go to Buffalo and be a deal. There are a lot of teams that could use that receiver, but there's a lot of teams that have good 4 wide receivers.
I got more messages when that news broke that said Washington to Green Bay. Ain't gonna fucking happen. Aaron Rodgers is dead set on bringing everybody back from 2009.
Is Jordy Nelson
if
signed
fucking
yet?
Jordy Nelson and James Jones sign tomorrow, I would not be shocked.
Well, James Jones is making a pretty good deal on the TV contract. He looks like he could play still. Randall Cobb, I hope you draft him in fantasy.
Terrible.
Yeah, he's past his deal. That was a bad move.
It's stupid. I mean, and then that's exactly why Aaron Rodgers needs to stick throwing the football, leave the GM shit to the GM.
Well, the GM has not made very good choices.
What?
They should never drafted Jordan Love. That was dumb.
Well, they should have consulted with Rodgers.
That was dumb, and they should never
and I'm not
drafted
saying
the Dillon kid.
And I'm not saying that Rodgers needs to be the. I'm not saying Rodgers doesn't need to be in on some conversations. Tom Brady got Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown was one of the best receivers in the league not too long ago.
But he's not no more, though.
Randall Cobb was never even in that conversation.
No, there's a big difference.
Randall Cobb was a serviceable slot receiver. Brady went and got Antonio Brown. Well, he's also got fucking Chris Godwin and Mike Evans and Rob Gronkowski. He went and got Gronkowski.
He also has O.J. Howard.
And O.J. Howard. So, the people that compare Antonio Brown to Randall Cobb, it's not even close because Randall Cobb was the best in the league 3 years ago.
Right now, there's not much difference between Antonio Brown and Randall Cobb, probably.
I would disagree.
Well, I would hope Antonio Brown is a little bit better, but there's not much difference. When the stats are out at the end of the year, I'll bet there's not much difference in them. And Antonio Brown was the best. Him and Julio Jones were the best two wide receivers, and DeAndre Hopkins for about a 5-year period.
And you've got the Amari Rodgers. That's supposed to be a stud. That's supposed to be the slot receiver that Aaron Rodgers needs. Why the fuck would you go get a Randall Cobb's my age.
Randall Cobb won't play much. But you know what? If in the locker room it makes him happier and stuff, that's fine. You know? Rob Gronkowski was not good the first 6 weeks of the season.
No, but he was good when it counted.
But that's right. But it made Brady feel more comfortable. You know? So who knows? I think the Dak Prescott, back to Dak Prescott. You can throw the ball all you want, but Dak doesn't win games. Aaron Rodgers wins games.
Oh, yeah, he does.
And that's why that's the difference between the two. I'm telling you right now, there ain't a GM out there that's going to take Dak Prescott over Aaron Rodgers for the next 2 years. Now, if you had to sign him to a 5-year contract, maybe difference because you don't want to. But if you needed the next 2 years, there's all 32 GMs would rather have Aaron Rodgers under center than Dak Prescott.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Now, Dak seems to be a whole lot better of a teammate and a whole lot better person.
Dak does have a video of him getting knocked out, so.
He did get the shit knocked out of him in college.
You know.
I'm sure there's a lot of people who'd like to knock fucking Aaron Rodgers out, though.
Speaking of videos that have leaked, have you seen anything about this Hunter Biden thing other than the clips that are going around on Facebook? Has any mainstream news organization ran the headline that Hunter Biden has second laptop stolen, probably a third, naked, doing drugs with Hooker in Vegas, talking about how another laptop just got stolen from his Russian drug dealers?
They're never going to because he's the president's son. And he was the cover. They covered it up. The left is not our friend.
Well, no shit, Jeff.
I mean, and I don't think anybody that listens to us is votes for that fucking side.
But you still got that is big.
That's big news, but they won't
big news.
They won't show it.
Had that been Trump Jr.,
oh, it'd been everywhere.
And
your grandmother would have called you and told you about it.
Had Trump Jr. been in Vegas, butt ass naked. Motherfucker didn't even have socks on, Jeff. Naked. With drugs, with a hooker, just got done filming a sex tape, and he's telling her, yeah, those Russians, those sneaky fucking Russians, they stole another one of my laptops, and they're using it as collateral. It'd be earth-shattering. It would be fucking earth-shattering. You'd hear it on Mars. Not a peep.
No, because the mainstream media is owned by the fucking deal. They don't. Joe Biden is not even fucking running the deal. Did you see him confused walking around the White House the other day?
What was he looking for?
Went down
the ice cream shop?
No, he went down the wrong fucking. Walked off the path down the grass. Just wandering. Fucking the Secret Service guy's like looking around like, what the fuck am I doing here?
There goes Joe again.
Joe, over here. Come over here. I mean, he's clueless.
Shit.
Now,
I don't know.
I'm gonna be different than everybody else is on this Hunter Biden bullshit.
Go ahead, be different.
The motherfucker's not married to anybody. He had to be able to do what the fuck he wants to do.
No. I'm not saying that morally I'm opposed to it. I'm just saying that the Russians, who were enemy number one with Trump, and Trump was in bed with them, and they did everything in their power to tie Trump and the Russians together. Here is Hunter Biden saying, the Russians have my laptop, and they're using it against me.
Oh, I agree with you on that part of the deal. I don't understand why they don't put the old Billy Carter deal on this thing. Jimmy Carter's brother was a big fuck-up, a drunk and everything. So I'm assuming what the Democratic Party did at that time was buy him a case of beer or two and a trailer in the woods, and they kept his ass there. Take Hunter and put him on a fucking island somewhere, fly in hookers off of Epstein Island to him or women, and let him get fucking drunk, and bingo, every day keep him there. And you know he's fucked up on drugs and what it is. Here's a dipshit wearing a fucking mask that he wasn't wearing the whole time on the helicopter.
He's not wearing a mask.
He was. He just took it off. You know damn well he just put it on for the camera.
That was another thing I noticed. Hold on before we do this. They just had the Hall of Fame ceremony.
I didn't watch any of it.
I didn't watch any of it either, but I saw some like previews of it. So they go to tell John Lynch, I think it is. You're in the Hall of Fame. The guy, the big dipshit that runs the Hall of Fame.
Dave Smith, who I've reached out about being on our podcast with us.
Dipshit. Knocks on the door wearing a mask.
Huh? Like a face?
Yeah, he's wearing a mask. He's outside. He knocks on the door. John Lynch opens it. He takes the mask off to say, hey, you're in the Hall of Fame. Isn't when that person that you don't know comes around you, isn't that when you need your mask on? Not when you're outside by yourself knocking on his door. So John Lynch comes to the door, opens it, and the mask comes off. It's like, what the fuck are we doing here?
The NFL is so fucking politically correct. They're fucking stupid.
That mask serves no purpose.
I
because
agree.
now John Lynch, who might be infected with COVID, comes to the door, and mask comes off. He's got to be able to see what I'm saying. What the fuck are we doing here? It's all PR. Anyway, let's.
That's
watch.
the same thing I asked when I went to the airport in Mexico, and you get up to customs, and they go, "Please remove your mask. We can see your face." Yeah,
okay. Fuck! I thought I was infected. Here's Joe Biden.
No,
poor guy. Okay. Oh, so he's wearing his mask on the helicopter.
But the pilots are not. Look in the background.
Well,
you see the pilots. Neither one of them are wearing a fucking mask. He just put that fucking on because his handlers say, "Hey, Joe, did you shit your pants again?" No, I don't think so. Let me smell.
Well, he is
okay. Now put your mask on.
He is outside, and you don't have to wear a mask outside.
He shouldn't have to wear a mask, but
and he's vaccinated, so he shouldn't have to wear a mask. I hope this is the clip.
Look at this old bastard walking around. Geriatrics right there at the prime.
What happened here?
The President of the United States. What a joke.
He's just
What's amazing is how small that little area is right there. Here he goes. Watch him. They're pointing to him where to go. Dipshit, go right, go right, go right. Oh, I think I need to poop. Here he goes.
He just keeps walking?
Yeah, he's just going right on the grass. The guy's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
I think you missed your off-ramp here, Mr. President. Fuck. Maybe there's ice cream back there.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to turn around? I guess in a way he ended up where he needed to go.
He's such a dumbass. No, we are. Our fucking country is dumb. Them dumb bastards that voted for him.
But, yeah, the mask thing. I was like, I watched that and I was like, what the fuck?
Okay, let's talk about dipshit's deal.
Dipshit.
You hate notifications, and you got 23 text messages.
Yeah, it's paired to my phone. That's not mine. That's just what comes across here, and I don't check it.
The Obama bash.
Yeah.
60th birthday, which, hey, I don't care that he had a party or not. Martha's Vineyard, they had 3 DWIs. They had to let the people go.
Did they?
Yep. They won't release the names of who it was. The police officers there are very frustrated. The biggest influx of dope they've ever had in their life at Martha's Vineyard. Yep.
No.
Yes. Horrible. Why do you think I'm lying about that? You think those people going there, all them celebrities, ain't fucking snorting lines and shit?
You think it's from, what the fuck's his name? Falcone? You think all that drugs are
Who the
been
fuck's
snorted
Falcone?
Up? Willie Falcone, Jeff.
Oh,
and Sal Maguda.
From Cocaine Cowboys.
Yeah.
No, they talked about all the drugs on the island. They had horrible problems with that. 3 DWIs, they had to let people go because they were connected. It is a fucking mess. But you got 600 fucking people there dancing without masks. Did you see the CNN pundit that said, that's okay, they don't need to wear a mask because they're sophisticated and they've been vaccinated?
They're sophisticated.
That's the word she used for them. We should let them have a free pass because they're sophisticated. Now, basically what they're saying is if you're a redneck cousin fucker at the Sturgis, South Dakota motorcycle rally, you're not sophisticated. That's code word for what she said.
Well, and there was a big thing in Austin. City limits, it's packed. But they want kids in schools to wear a mask. I'm fine. If you want to have a birthday party, if you want to have Lollapalooza, if you want to have city limits, if you want to have Sturgis, go do it.
I'm the same way.
I don't give a fuck. If you're vaccinated and you feel comfortable going out in public, do it.
What if you're unvaccinated?
Do it.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I want to clarify that because I'm the same way.
I don't care.
You should be able to go do what you want to.
Sure.
I went to a foreign third world country and I didn't wear a mask and I never was worried the whole time because I've got Ivomec.
Right.
I'm not worried about it. If it happens, it happens. Is what I guess that's my point to the deal. I'm going to live my life. I'm not going to live in a fucking closet. But it's funny.
You do realize that you just said we canceled Game Fair.
I understand that.
Okay.
But it's all the other.
Just making sure.
It's not because of COVID. It's all the bullshit rules and shit that are coming along. That's why, and I'm doing it early, why I can still get out of it and still get credit from American Airlines on our stuff.
Just making sure.
That's why. I don't care. I'm not living in a closet. I'm not going to do that shit. The people that are living in a closet that are hypocrites, this is the issue I have. I have a problem with them Democratic lawmakers. They're telling everybody else you need to be masked up, locked down, don't do shit, and then go to fucking Obama's birthday. That's bullshit. I have a problem with Gavin Newsom telling people all the restaurants had to be closed, but French Laundry or whatever it's called, Fresh Laundry or whatever that restaurant that he goes to was open. I have a problem with Nancy Pelosi telling people they can't do shit, but then having her hairdresser come up. And it ain't just the Democrats, it's Republican people too. That turtle-headed fucking Mitch McConnell and his goddamn infrastructure shit. Fuck him too. I'm tired of all of them. I'm sick of our politicians. Tired of it. Every bit of it. And I think most Americans are.
Well.
And we're just seeing the tip of the iceberg of what's going to be happening in the next 5 months to 6 months.
What do you mean?
They're going to try to shut shit down all the way through till January, February, March. They want mail-in ballots forever so they can be in charge. That's what this is all about.
There's no mail-in ballots this year to be had.
There's going to be some elections come next year. They're going to try to keep us locked down until next November. No. You watch.
We'll see.
You don't think they're trying to lock us down again?
Well,
they're just getting a lot of stand-up.
We got the Delta now.
There's not an election. California's fixed to have a recall election. They're going to let mail-in ballots happen.
Is Newsom on that ballot?
Yeah, him and Lee Elder. And they said Larry Elder, and they said Larry Elder's winning in the polls.
Really?
How the fuck can anybody? I met the dumbest bitch I've ever met in my life, and I've met a lot of dumb people in my life.
Caitlin's not doing very well?
No. Fuck no.
Oh, that's frustrating.
That would have been perfect for California.
California
needs a chick
Caitlin.
with a dick as the governor. I met a lady from Michigan that was trying to tell me how great their governor is.
Not according to the people in Michigan.
Not the people I met in Michigan, but these people said, "Oh, it's just great." Blah 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 blah. Your kids ain't wearing a fucking mask in Mexico. Mask them little bastards up over there. Mm-hmm. And then your governor flew to fucking Florida. If Florida was, because she was telling me how horrible Ron DeSantis was. Well, if Florida's so bad, why'd your governor go there and all your fucking people that are highly elected officials from Michigan?
Right.
You know, I didn't meet a person in Michigan that liked the governor. Now, I also didn't go around a bunch of dumbasses. And these people were dumbasses. 100%. The only liberals I met on vacation.
Did you see Quinn Ewers, the number one prospect in high school football, is opting out of his senior year because Texas UIL said he couldn't make money off of his likeness?
Yeah.
He's going to Ohio State this year.
He did do that. I knew that it was. I didn't know he did it for sure. Yeah. He did do it for sure.
He opted out of his senior year of high school. How? Number one, there's a credits issue.
No, he took a class this summer so he could graduate. I knew that part was happening. He graduated like August 1st.
Really?
He took an online class. My thing is, a parent, that fucking kid's still in high school. He's not supposed to be getting paid while you're in high school to play football.
I understand, but now he's not in high school.
No, he's going to go to Ohio State.
He's now enrolled in Ohio State, and some kombucha company just signed him.
Well, he's got that right if he wants to go out of high school. But for him to give up his senior year of high school. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I was told he was going to get close to $1 million.
Yes.
If he's going to get $1 million, I would tell if you would have been a senior and you'd come to me and say, listen, kombucha is going to give me $1 million and I can go to Ohio
Holy
State.
Holy kombucha or something
I'm going
like
to be,
that.
you know what? Kombucha it is. We'll take our $1 million if that's what you want to do. Now, what's going to be interesting is one of these, he may fall flat on his fucking face.
I just think it's a terrible precedent to set.
What was the other kid's name that went to Ohio State and he went to Miami and he's never fucking made it? He was on Elite Quarterback, that show, the white kid. God dang it. What the fuck was his name? Anyways, he was going to be a big star. And if they'd have had all this now, he'd have got his $1 million. He's fucking backup wide receiver now somewhere.
I think this is a terrible precedent to set.
For who?
For athletes.
For the kid?
For fucking everything.
Well, you know, you should blame the university should not do this shit, first of all.
What?
the Ohio State, no college, NCAA university should accept you until you've played your 4 years of your high school football.
Well,
And if you want to leave after your high school football, but they're giving him a fucking scholarships. So, and let's be honest. If Jarrett, what's the Fields kid's name? The quarterback.
Justin Fields?
Justin Fields. If Justin Fields would have come back to play football, that kid would be playing at South Lake Carroll this year.
You think so?
Well, fuck yeah.
This kid's probably not even going to play. 7-fucking-team.
They're struggling for a quarterback right now. He's got a chance to be their starter.
Everybody just keeps talking about this kid.
Yeah.
They say he is a straight fucking stud.
Well, he doesn't look like one.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, first time I saw him, to be honest with you, I was expecting a African-American kid.
Really? To
be that good an athlete. Yeah, I really did.
Started there as like a sophomore or something,
Yep.
rewrote all the record books. Like they say he's the real fucking deal.
Right.
But I don't know. This is a slippery slope that we find ourselves on now that high school kids are going to start.
Well, there's very few high school kids are going to have the opportunity that he has.
I don't think it should be an opportunity. I think you should play your 4 years in high school.
Then who should stop him is what I'm asking you. A minute ago I asked that. I think the university should have the NCAA, which is going to be out of college football before long anyways, should have a rule that you have to compete in your high school sports through your senior year. If you're playing football and after your senior year of football, if you want to come in early to our school and enroll, that's fine. If you're playing basketball or baseball or what, you've got to play all 4 years. We will not give you a scholarship. See, basketball they got a little. The players have a big leverage there because now these kids are opting out to go to college to go to the G League and play. So they're going to get paid right out of high school to play ball. Well, he's going to get a fucking $1 million. I think I read where his mom is a teacher at South Lake Carroll, and his dad maybe drove a truck or something. I don't think he comes from a real wealthy family. Most of the South Lake Carroll kids are rich.
Right.
And he may be wealthy.
He is now.
His dad may own a trucking company. I don't know.
If he got $1 million from Holy Kombucha, then I don't know. It's a slippery slope, and now.
But what would you tell your son? If that was Reese, what would you tell him?
Take the money, son.
Yeah, because you don't know if you're going to blow out a knee.
Right.
I mean, you really don't.
No, I know.
So
could he go to the NFL? He's 17 now.
No, the NFL has a rule you have to go to at least 3 years of college.
So he could go to the NFL as a 20-year-old.
Yes. You have to go to the NFL. That kid will never make it, I bet.
Jeff.
So many of these kids never make it.
You have no fucking clue. He might be the next
I don't know.
He might be a stud in Ohio State.
I'm just going the statistics. Okay, there you said it right there. Name those stud Ohio State quarterbacks in the NFL.
Justin Fields.
He hadn't even played yet. We don't know how good he is.
He's going to be a stud.
Are you putting your word on this?
Yeah.
Okay, you draft him in our fucking fantasy league then.
Okay. If he's there, I will.
Third round. Well, he's a stud.
Jeff.
Name another Ohio State stud quarterback. Yeah, a lot of uhs.
We can look at it, Jeff.
Art Schleister. You don't even know who he is. He's the one that had the big gambling problems and alcohol and drugs, I think. There hasn't been.
There have been two.
Who?
Jeff. Let's take a look here.
Terrell Pryor? No.
Let's take a look here.
J.T. Barrett didn't make it.
J.T. Barrett.
He's not even on a roster. I think
Braxton Miller.
Okay.
Dwayne Haskins.
Mm-hmm.
Troy Smith.
Uh-huh.
Rex Kern.
Uh-huh.
I can go on and on.
Yeah, you can go on and on, but none of them fucking have done anything in the pros. That's what I'm saying. So what makes you think this kid's going to be different?
Where should he have gone then?
No. I'm not saying he went to a bad place. I'm just saying I don't know if he's going to be that great. A lot of these has Ohio State had a quarterback that's not a 4-star, 5-star quarterback start for them.
Ohio State, look at there.
Yeah.
Les Horvath.
Yeah, 1941.
Excellent. First Heisman Trophy winner ever. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
How about that, Jeff? What do you think?
Mike Tomczak. There you go.
See?
Quarterback Pittsburgh Steelers for a while.
Cornelius Green.
Never heard of him.
Everybody's heard of Cornelius, Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
Rex Kern,
never named who he is.
The aforementioned.
There's the best quarterback they had, but he got in all kinds of trouble off the field.
In the 70s and 80s?
Yes, he was really good.
Bobby Hoying.
Yep, never done anything in the NFL.
Jeff, now you're just grasping.
Craig Krenzel, nope. Joe Germain, nope. Terrell Pryor. Yeah,
multifaceted.
Yeah,
plays wide receiver. That's admirable, Jeff.
I don't even think he's in the NFL now.
That's admirable that he would be willing to do that.
Yep. That's because he couldn't make it as a quarterback.
Troy Smith.
Ohio State quarterbacks do not make it in the NFL.
They are about like Alabama quarterbacks.
I would not disagree with you on that either.
You
can't say that about the Oklahoma quarterbacks.
Sam Bradford?
Sam Bradford played more than any of them guys did.
He was a bust.
Yeah, because of his knee injuries. But he played longer than any of them. A kid named Baker Mayfield, you heard of him?
He's
overrated.
overrated.
He's a good quarterback.
He's decent. He's good for 10-6 every year, 10-7.
So he's a Texas Roadhouse of quarterbacks.
He's not going to win that division. Probably ever.
They might.
Probably ever, because you've got Lamar Jackson, who is Mr. Young Gun.
He's not a young gun. He's young legs.
Roethlisberger.
Who's done.
And then you got the Bungles.
Joe Burrow looks good.
They said Joe Burrow looks terrible.
Does he?
Oh, they say he's not. So like anytime the pocket collapses, he lifts up his leg and throws off of his back foot. They said he has looked atrocious in camp.
2 years,
and it's all. They said it's all mental. They said they don't know if he'll ever come back from that.
It's a 2-year injury.
But like anytime he feels any pressure, he gets happy feet, and like he doesn't step through with that lead leg.
Back a minute ago, you said, and I was going to say something, I forgot about this. Aaron Rodgers isn't the GM. Could you imagine if their general manager would have drafted their wide receiver Jefferson at Minnesota?
He went before.
Instead of Jordan Love?
He went before.
He did go before Jordan Love?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If he would have drafted, there's another one out of that class that's really good, and I can't remember who it was.
I think the run of wide receivers that they wanted went just ahead of them. Because I think they wanted a bunch of. I think they wanted Jefferson, and he went 2 or 3 picks before.
Okay.
Now they could have traded up and got him, which they traded up to get Jordan Love.
I wouldn't have traded up to get Justin Jefferson. I don't blame him for that. Now, hindsight, yes, I would have.
There was I heard something interesting the other day. It was the path of quarterback is not what you think it should be. To be a path to be a starting superstar in the NFL. You got Patrick Mahomes, who went to Texas Tech, had a losing record. Best quarterback in the NFL.
Arguably, no doubt about it.
You got Josh Allen, who had to go to a junior college, had no offers, went to Wyoming.
Do you think he's a top 5 quarterback in the NFL? I do.
The last 2 years he has been. You've got Aaron Rodgers, who went to Butte Community College and went to Cal. You've got Kyler Murray, who played baseball.
No, he also couldn't cut it at A&M.
He couldn't cut it at A&M. You got Baker Mayfield, who didn't make it at Texas Tech, had to go to OU.
Without a scholarship, I think.
Without a scholarship.
Well, I thought you said Baker Mayfield's not any good.
But if you look at the class of quarterbacks, he's up there. He's a top 10 quarterback in the league.
Yes, I agree
you got
with that.
Tom Brady, who was a 6th-round draft pick out of Michigan that had to play to get on the field.
He was a backup.
He was a backup in Michigan. The only quarterback that's kind of in that top 10, you got, and Lamar Jackson, he went to Louisville, not a powerhouse in football.
No.
The only quarterback that's taken kind of the traditional approach that you would think that the most important position on the field would take is Matthew Stafford. He was a stud in high school. He went to Georgia.
What about Tua?
Tua.
He's a starting quarterback in Miami.
I don't know that he's up there yet.
But he's a starting quarterback at Miami, and he went to Alabama after being an All-American in high school.
The jury's still out if he's going to – I'm not sold on Tua yet.
I'm not either, but he took the traditional path.
You've got Matt Stafford. He went to a good program.
Highland Park in Texas, Georgia.
He was the number one prospect in high school. He was the number 1 draft pick in the pros. Yep. He's the only one that kind of fits that mold of this is the path that an NFL quarterback should take.
What about – now you got me thinking here. Yeah, because Dak was a 4th-round pick, and he was to Mississippi State. He was nothing, just majorly
but you would figure that the most important position would be a stud in college, come out, be taken number 1.
The second one is here now. We don't know how he's going to do in the pros yet. It's Trevor Lawrence.
We don't. He's a wild card, yes.
Number one, and now a number 1.
Yes.
So he's the second one since Matthew Stafford.
We don't know what he's going to do.
No, that's right.
Well, he could be.
Joe Burrow was a washout at Ohio State, so he went to LSU.
Right.
And he looked really good until he got hurt.
He played 2 years.
But no. And last year at Cincinnati, he looked really good until he got hurt.
Yes.
Ben Roethlisberger went to Toledo, I think.
I'm just saying, if you pulled up the top 10 quarterbacks Only one fits in that category.
Did Roethlisberger go to Toledo State or did he go to Youngstown State or something?
He went to Miami.
Miami of Ohio. That's right. It was one of those.
Yeah. But most quarterbacks that come out of these powerhouses, like Ohio State, like Alabama, the U back in the day, they don't. USC.
Sam Darnold was the number one.
You said Matt Leinart would be terrible.
He was a bust.
Miami back in their heyday. Did they ever have a quarterback that came out and made it in the NFL?
Vinny Testaverde played a long time. Jim Kelly was a stud.
Where'd he go to school? Stanford?
Miami.
Who went to Stanford? Who am I thinking of?
Jim Plunkett.
Oh, I don't know.
John Elway.
John Elway is who I'm thinking of.
Jim Plunkett was a stud, too, but that was back before your time, too. That's why this kid's getting his $1 million. He better take it now. Ohio State is not a quarterback factory. I know all them fucking Buckeyes out there. There ain't nothing more. Buckeye fans might be the worst when it comes to being homers on everything. They have a great program. Traditionally, Alabama, then Ohio State's probably number 2.
But all this was saying is if you look at the top quarterbacks today,
they all come out of OU.
They all had this funky path of getting there.
Yep.
It was never, other than Stafford, it was never, this is what you are as a high school kid. You're this in college. National. Now, Trevor Lawrence could be the real deal.
Look at the.
And now that he's got Tebow, he's probably going to be.
The quarterback school is Oklahoma now. They put Kyler Murray was a washout. He goes there. He's the number 1 pick. Baker Mayfield. Washout at Tech, goes there. Was he the number 1 pick too?
No.
You sure?
I don't think so.
And then Jalen Hurts, I think, was he a first-round pick or second-round pick?
Jalen Hurts?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now, the rumor mill also is that the Philadelphia Eagles are trying to trade for Deshaun Watson.
Yes, I've heard that.
But they got Jalen Hurts. Now, Spencer Rattler, who's the ugliest guy in football,
he
probably.
was number 1 overall, Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Who was in that draft class with him? Because they did. I'm interested. 2018?
Probably the kid Myles Garrett.
No.
Was probably the number 2 pick.
How would Cleveland have had back-to-back picks?
Oh, that's right. They got Myles Garrett, too. Shit, I don't know.
Let me see.
Anyway,
Saquon.
Spencer Rattler at Oklahoma is the preseason Heisman favorite, and he's going to be the preseason number 1 pick for the NFL next year.
Really?
Yep. Telling you, Oklahoma, Lincoln Riley. If some NFL coach don't offer him $15 million a year to come coach, I'm going to be shocked.
And they're also saying Saquon's knee might not be ready.
Well, he practiced. He said he's going to be ready. Our fantasy football draft is going to be jacked up because what do you do about the Indy quarterback situation? Now the kid from Texas they think is going to be their starter if it's not Wentz. Yeah. Which I was never a big Ellinger fan.
Yeah.
But they say he makes really good decisions. He's a competitor.
And now OU and Texas are leaving the Big 12.
There's going to be a whole bunch of people. That's a screwed up deal right there.
Going to the SEC. Those people and A&M were like, motherfucker.
Well, now Clemson and Florida State are wanting to go to the SEC
we
also.
Cannot get away from them.
No, they'll always be little brothers.
Did you see that lady just bash the president of Texas?
No.
They had like a Senate hearing. Oof.
Well, she's an Aggie.
Horned Frog.
Why is she mad?
I'll pull it up. You want to talk about Jeannie Taft getting nasty?
Whew. What?
She cut this fellow's balls off.
Okay, here's my thing with all the schools. I like Texas. I like TCU. I like any of the Texas schools, except I'm not a big A&M fan. But I do pull for them in the SEC. I have. But what I don't understand why TCU and them and Tech is another example. Go get Houston and go get SMU and play in your conference. Go 12-0 or 11-1. Go play in a big bowl game. Your chances of winning the national championship are slim. How many times have they won the national championship ever? TCU won it, what, twice maybe under Dutch Meyer in the 40s or 50s? Tech has never won the national championship. But play and go 11-1 or 12-0 and get a chance to get in and be successful. Why is that such a problem? Andy, you're a Tech grad.
Oh, I'm trying to find this.
Do you want Tech playing in the SEC?
No.
That's without a winning football team of late.
In spite of our football team, we've been winning, just not like we like to win.
3-7 against the Horned Frogs. So maybe your fan base would rather lose to Alabama than TCU. So what's your athletic budget?
226
million. It's probably 220, 225 in that range.
Where does that put you in the U.S.?
one.
Depending on how you count, probably first.
And that's without a winning football team.
It's in spite of our football team. We've been winning, just not like we like to win.
3-7 against the Horned Frogs.
That's already it's a
yeah.
Yep.
So maybe your fan.
She got his ass.
But what's the end result for TCU?
What do you mean?
Well, I don't understand.
Oh, they're going to be left out. They're going to be left high and dry.
Why don't them and Tech and them get Houston and SMU with them? Is TCU too good to play with SMU? Let me tell you something.
Tech is.
Let me tell you something. No. Here's the problem. SMU now can legally play players to play, so they didn't. So Eric Dickerson Part 2 is coming. As a matter of fact, did you know that SMU's got the #1 recruit of some position? They've got like 3 top 100 recruits at something they're signing.
Really?
Well, yeah, them fuckers are going to get paid.
Yeah.
That's what they've done to college football with these rules. But I don't understand why you lose Oklahoma and Texas. Okay, Texas has not been good in football lately. Oklahoma has dominated in football.
3-7
Texas
against the Horned Frogs.
Texas was in the College World Series in baseball. They were got embarrassed in basketball by fucking ACU, but they were a top 5 team in basketball some this year.
We're spring league
Who?
team. Tech.
Y'all didn't go as far as Texas did in any of that.
We're
In basketball.
We're a springtime sport.
But what I'm
Springtime
saying
school.
is, I don't understand why losing Texas is that big a deal other than the TV money. Okay?
For the Big 12?
The TV money is why Texas is there. Texas and Oklahoma bring the money in.
Yes, that's why it's a big deal.
Okay, but they leave, you replace them with Houston and SMU, and you still are competitive and good at stuff. Don't be so fucking greedy. Oklahoma State's the one that I'll be pissed off.
Don't be greedy. The whole reason that Texas and OU are moving is because of greed and money.
You're living off of them anyways.
And money. So you're telling me don't be greedy?
You're like the kid living in the fucking house that's 15 that don't have a say-so on shit, but dad makes $1 million a year and you think you're rich. If
You are.
No, he is.
Jeff.
Texas is
Now's
the one with
now's not the time to be splitting hairs.
yeah, Texas is the one with the money. Them and Oklahoma are the ones that bring their payroll.
Sure.
Whether Texas goes 3-7 or they go 12-0, they're bringing in $225 million as their athletic budget.
Right.
Okay.
And now the SEC is going to have a monopoly on all of the biggest schools.
Y'all can't. Do you want to be in the SEC? You just told me no.
I don't want to be in the SEC.
Okay, then why are you bitching because everybody else wants to be? That's what I don't
Because
understand.
it's going to be a monopoly, Jeff.
On what? Y'all can't play football anymore?
On all the big programs are going to go create a super conference.
Okay. How does that affect you, though?
What do you mean? How does it affect
You don't want to be in the super conference because you can't compete in football.
Texas can't compete in the super conference.
They may not, and they may not be, but they want Texas in there.
But it's silly. I don't understand why we're changing all these things. It should be regional. That's what makes
West Virginia's in the Big 12. That's regional.
That's what makes. Listen, we had to fill a spot. That's what makes college football so fun.
I agree with you on that part. The regional rivalries do make it a good deal. I agree with
and
you
now
on
all
there.
of a sudden, Texas is going to be playing Bama and Georgia and Florida, and it's just like,
you know what the problem y'all have at Tech is?
what?
And I pay them every month, so I can say this.
Not much longer.
Thank God. But I can say this. Y'all don't have a real rivalry. Y'all's rival.
I think A&M was our rivalry.
No,
Kinda.
they're Texas's rival.
Well,
Y'all don't have a rivalry. Like Texas and Oklahoma, they got 2 rivals.
I think Oklahoma State's a new rival.
Well, so that's what y'all are going to make this up. But their rival was Oklahoma.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, but that Bedlam series?
Oh, Oklahoma's rival was Texas.
No.
Yes.
One of their Texas had 2 of them. Texas had A&M and Oklahoma, and so did Oklahoma.
So y'all get every team in the Big 12 to be a rival, but Tech claims A&M, and you're like, oh, no, they're Texas's rival.
Ask the people at A&M.
Okay, ask the people in OU who their rival is. It's not Oklahoma State, it's Texas.
And Oklahoma State.
Okay, so Texas Tech can have 2.
Texas Tech don't have 1.
They've got Oklahoma State, and they had A&M.
Oklahoma State. I'm going to call up Matt and Zach. I'm going to say, hey, what's y'all's #1 football rivalry? And I bet
And they're going to say OU. They're going to say OU. But somehow, when your argument is convenient for you, Texas gets they get Baylor, they get A&M, they get OU. Oh, those are all Texas rivals. But whenever I mention that Texas Tech has 2 rivals, it's bedlam. It's bedlam. Matter of fact, I think what did you call the OU Oklahoma State thing?
The bedlam.
See there? I think Oklahoma State and Texas Tech, I think they've got a named game.
Let me tell you, I think that's why I just said a minute ago, y'all can create this super rivalry with Oklahoma State. Now, I think Oklahoma State is the best fit for the Big 10, same as Iowa State. I think they're both perfect fits for the Big 10. KU, their football sucks. I mean,
Not disagreeing.
And so I don't understand why. In basketball, nobody gives a fuck about basketball. It's just something to play until preseason football gets here. But Tech don't have a really strong rival.
Problem. I mean,
that's a fact. They don't. They are rivals with everybody they play, and going to Lubbock's a tough place to play. But Texas has never counted Tech as their number one rival. It's always been Oklahoma and A&M. Oklahoma's biggest rivals are Texas and Oklahoma
that's why
State.
They lost in 2008.
That's right. But it's not their big. That's not their big rivalry. You can't be mad at that. That's just a fact.
I'm not mad at it.
So
I'm not mad at it
I don't
at all.
understand why y'all don't want Houston and SMU to join the Big 12 to replace Texas and Oklahoma.
Because I don't know why things have to change, Jeff.
Well, they do.
That's my whole big deal.
I didn't understand why A&M left. I liked the Big 12 back when Nebraska and A&M were here.
It was great.
I did, and I don't understand why they changed it. But it's all about money, and that's why they're leaving.
They shouldn't be greedy.
Well, that's the way it goes. So you're telling me Texas should turn down the $100 million a year they're going to make off doing their stuff for $50 million or whatever it is, so they can stay and make everybody else wealthy in the Big 12.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
We're finally in agreement here.
Now, back in the day, Tech played in a conference with Arizona and Arizona State, New Mexico State, called the Border Conference.
Well.
And y'all won most of those games.
Fuck, I'd hope so, playing against the Lobos and shit.
So, I think you're. I just don't think you're going to be happy regardless of what happens.
I'll be happy if Texas and OU stay.
They're not going to.
Well, they should.
They already left. But I don't understand why you want them to stay.
It's good television, Jeff.
Well, they're still going to be on TV.
Not playing against the Red Raiders for any conference.
What are y'all going to do see, this is what's bad for the TCU and the Texas Techs and all that is if Oklahoma State and Kansas and Iowa State all go to a different conference, then you've got Tech, TCU, SMU, Houston down here. And they're talking about Texas Tech going to the Pac-10.
Yep.
Or Pac-12. So you can play Arizona and Arizona State again, which you said is easy to beat.
Easy. Easiest division.
But then you'll go to Stanford, USC, Oregon, and stuff like that. And what's good is you won't have to worry about competing TV times because you can watch the games at 11 o'clock at night when nobody else is playing.
Exactly. See, there's so nobody even fucking watch the games anymore. It was prime-time television. Anytime Texas Tech played OU or Texas. Prime-time television.
Or OSU. Those were great games because it was 52-48.
Love it.
Exciting.
Love it. Now it's going to be 52-7 against New Mexico State. Boy, that's a lot of fun to fucking
You know
watch.
what? Y'all might finally win 9 or 10 games.
Bet we will.
You think so?
Fuck yeah.
I don't think so.
This is our year, Jeff.
Y'all's coach isn't very good.
Well,
do you think he's a good coach?
I don't pay enough attention.
Well, you're not much of an alma mater guy.
Well,
are you sending them money yet as an alumni? Are you sending them a check every year?
They're doing fine without me, Jeff.
I mean, the guy that don't even pay for his own Netflix, I was curious if he's giving.
They're doing fine without me. They're expanding their stadium. They don't need me.
Are they really building onto it?
Fuck. Anytime you go there, they're adding on.
That's what's crazy about this whole fucking thing is people are bitching about the NCAA
the kids
and all
making
this
money.
Shit. And the fucking schools, every college you go by to is growing on. I don't give a shit if you go to Midwestern, Abilene Christian, Texas Tech, Texas, wherever. They're always building on and expanding shit. Mm-hmm. What they need to do is make college fucking affordable again is what they need to do, and they're not doing that shit.
Well, that's all because the government subsidizes it.
That's right. But for the person that don't get government subsidized, it sucks.
Can't say that but I mean, the government subsidizes the student loans, and then you can't declare bankruptcy from them. So
the kid
it's indentured servitude.
So the kid from South Lake Carroll is going to Ohio State and try to compete as a starting quarterback as a 17-year-old.
And evidently he's going to be a bust, according to Jeff.
No, I said I won't be surprised if he's a bust. I did say he won't make it. I don't think he's going to be a big star. I don't. Too many of them do. I'm just going by statistics. I don't know the kid personally. He may be the next Trevor Lawrence, who's a great college player. It's #1 draft pick. But Ohio State, this is why I think that Ohio State and Alabama quarterbacks don't make it for some reason.
They got too good of a supporting cast around
all the time. Every one of them. The kid at Alabama is going to be playing with 3 offensive linemen that are going to be top first or second round draft picks.
2 of his running backs are going to go.
His wide receivers are all going to be first round draft picks.
Yep.
And
who the fuck's not going to succeed?
Yeah. So
why would Mac Jones not look good throwing to Jerry Jeudy and everybody else that he threw to last
I don't mean this rude, but when you were 20 years old and 19 years old, you could have quarterbacked behind Alabama's offensive line and been a serviceable good quarterback. Because anybody that can make good decisions and throw the ball, because there's that kind of talent around there.
Yeah.
I mean, it don't matter who the quarterback is. That's why when the quarterback gets hurt and they bring another one in, they don't miss a beat. It's because their offensive line is so good.
Did they miss a beat when Tua got hurt?
No.
He fractured his hip or something, didn't he?
Look at Ohio State. They got J.T. Barrett got hurt. Cardale Jones, the dumbest guy that ever played in the NFL, comes in and plays 2 games, said he would have been a top 5 draft pick. What did he do? Went back for his senior year, set the bench, and signed as a free agent, I think, with San Diego. He would have been a top 5 pick. You've got to go take that money.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to be a bust anyways. Because when you go to San Diego or you go to Detroit, you're not playing with the same talent you had at Alabama or Ohio State, comparable to the teams you're playing on.
They're saying that Zach Wilson kid not looking good.
Well, he's going to the Jets. Nobody ever looks good for the Jets.
You need like a Trevor Lawrence to go there to turn things around.
Well, we don't know how good Trevor Lawrence is going to be.
But they say he looks small. I don't know.
Zach
I feel
Wilson
bad.
does?
Yeah, I feel bad for the kid.
Well, why?
Because he's going to be out of the league in 3 years.
With about $20 million.
That doesn't get you very far in today's world.
Fuck, I wish I had that problem. Did you see the contract Josh Allen signed?
Yeah, $258 million.
$150 million guaranteed.
From a kid from Wyoming. Good for him. He's going to be my #1 draft pick this year.
If you pick #1, you're taking him?
Number 2.
So if you have the second pick in our draft, you're taking
Josh
Allen. I'll go ahead and put it down, okay? I'll bet Josh Allen is taken in the first round of our league.
Well, of course he's going to be.
But he won't be taken in the top 5.
Depends on where I'm picking, Jeff.
First pick's going to be
Christian McCaffrey.
Second pick, Dalvin Cook.
Patrick Mahomes.
You think so?
If I have the second pick, it's going to be.
Well, I hope you get the second pick then. You really would take Mahomes second?
Him or Josh Allen.
Ooh. Whew.
And then I'd turn around in the second, and I'd get me another quarterback, and then I'd get me a running back in the third and start filling in.
Well, if you got Patrick Mahomes and your second quarterback is going to be someone around number 12 or 13 quarterback.
Thomas Brady.
He probably will be there in the second round.
Thomas Eugene.
And this is the year he falters. I've been saying that for 8 years waiting for it to happen.
Might be Kyler Murray, Jeff. Might be Russell Wilson.
Kyler Murray and them won't be there.
Fuck.
At the 23rd and 24th pick, they're not going to be back that round.
Yes, he will.
No, they won't.
Yes, he will.
I took Russell Wilson last year
telling me
at
that
6, and I took Kyler Murray at whatever that comes back around.
You're telling me that 12 quarterbacks are going to be taken before in the 24 picks.
I would not be surprised. Look at our results from last year. I bet it's pretty damn close. You always want to fucking argue all the time, and I know where you get it from because I sleep with her.
Now you're just trying to make this. How do I find our league?
Knox City Stud Farm.
Well, Jeff.
Draft results.
No shit, Jeff, but it's not pulling up right here.
I got to explain everything else to you, so what the hell on this?
But I'm trying to get our league. There we go. Now we're making some. Hey, what's this pool thing going to be?
You pick a team each week to win, and whoever the last man standing wins all the money, and then the other one is going to be just a pick 'em contest each week.
Huh?
Yeah.
So one's going to be like we do.
Mm-hmm. Did you see the name of my team this year?
I've not done any of
Kamala
that.
Swallows.
Here we go. They change the fucking menu every year. And then it becomes harder. Oh, shit. I think there it was. Let me a second.
Are you going to cut out this dead air?
No, you can talk.
Well, I don't really have nothing to say to you. I'm so embarrassed.
About
I did
what?
see that Dak is going to have another MRI on Monday.
Yep.
That's not good news.
Oh, league champions. There he is. The GOAT, Jeff. The old GOAT.
Well, I appreciate that, Andy, but you don't have to call me that because I'm the only one that's won 2.
Huh. I just don't see draft results.
Oh, last year the name of our league was Fuck the Goat.
I mean, everybody's had rent-free, Jeff. I can't find the draft results.
Okay, I did right here.
Where was it at?
Under draft results. Patrick
draft
Mahomes.
research.
Patrick Mahomes went in the first round. Lamar Jackson, Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson, Tom Brady, Deshaun Watson, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Matt Ryan, Kyler Murray, Jared Goff, 11. So 11 quarterbacks went in the first 2 rounds last year.
It took 6 total seconds for prime time. Prime time was you, wasn't it?
No, that's Zach.
Oh, Zach took him?
Mm-hmm.
So how many did you say? I wasn't
11
listening.
went in the first. Josh Allen went in the 3rd round last year. Carson Wentz
That's my biggest.
was the next one.
Skipping Josh Allen.
So 11 went in the first 2 rounds and only 2 went in the 3rd round. So 13 quarterbacks by the 3rd round, but 11 went in the first round. First 2 rounds. And that's going to be about, I just said that a minute ago. And that's going to happen again. So if you stick to your strategy, that's about what to expect.
That strategy is not far off of what it was last year either.
The winning team last year had that same strategy. That would be me. I took 2 quarterbacks.
Wow.
And then I took a running back.
That's what I'm doing this year.
Well, that's the way to do it.
That's what
I went quarterback, and then my receiver I took was Chris Godwin, and he didn't play that much last year. He was hurt a lot.
Julio Jones, terrible pick. Aaron Rodgers, good pick. James Conner, terrible. Zach Ertz, terrible. Kareem Hunt, he was serviceable. Matt Stafford, wasn't he hurt last year or some shit?
Mm-hmm.
A.J. Brown, Raheem Mostert, not good, Jeff.
Well, let me tell you something.
Not good.
My first 2 picks were quarterbacks, Kyler Murray and Russell Wilson, and then this is where I went to shit. I took Chris Godwin, who was hurt half the year. I took Kenny Golladay, who was hurt half the year, and I took DJ Chark the next round. All 3 were hurt. Then I got Jonathan Taylor, who turned out to be really good at the end, and J.K. Dobbins, and that's why I won the league, because I got them at the middle. So it happens.
Fun time of year.
Yep.
We need to go over the giveaway.
Yes. Okay, here's what we're giving away. We're giving away a 4-man, 2-day goose hunt, lodging and meals. We're giving away a Pacific Call. We're giving away a case of Boss ammo. That right there is like fucking gold these days. Okay? We're giving away a Lucky Duck spinner. We're giving away 2 dozen of the V, which is it?
The dive bombs?
Yeah, which ones are they? V.
I don't know what y'all agree.
Whatever the regular.
Yeah. Canada's?
Yeah, what are they called?
V2.
V2s, yeah, V2s. I get the numbers messed up.
Okay.
V2s. And we're giving away a bottle of Bangtail whiskey. 2 bottles of Bangtail whiskey. I'll give 2 bottles of Bangtail whiskey away.
You act like you own the fucking joint.
I got interest, Andy.
Oh. That it?
Pacific Calls. Like what am I? Let me make sure I've got everything right. Oh, we're giving away some Dirty Duck coffee.
Gundog.
Gundog, we're giving away a
field trauma kit.
Field trauma kit.
And bumpers.
And bumpers.
Right.
And I think that's everything.
So, to enter, this is going to be a point system. You can leave a review on iTunes. That's a point. When I say that, it's going to be an entry, not points, but each thing that you do gets you another name in the hat. So, the more things that you do, the better your odds. So you can leave a review on iTunes. We're going to take everybody that leaves a review on iTunes. You're going to go in there. If you share our episodes on any of your social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, tag myself or Hefe on Instagram. If you're not following us, you should be.
Mine's J Stanfield 68. What's yours?
Andy_Shaver. So those will be worth entries. Now, this is only going to run for 2 weeks because shit has gotten away from us. So we're going to draw on September 1st.
No, hold on. Let's do this. Can we?
No, I want to do 2 weeks.
Can we not do Labor Day?
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Monday?
Yeah.
6th? September 6th?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Monday, September 6th. Review on iTunes, that's an entry. Share our episodes, however you care to do it, via Instagram stories, tag me or Jeff in it. That'll be worth an entry. If you share, like I've been putting clips up on the Big Honker Podcast Facebook page, if you share those clips, tag us. That way we know that it has been shared by you. Those are going to be worth an entry. There will be one person that wins the grand poupah. 4 days out here and all the stuff that Jeff is listed.
No, 2 days out here.
2 days.
Guys.
I'm sorry. 4. Yeah.
I want to change that.
Dyslexic. It's my dyslexia,
Yeah.
Jeff.
2 people, 4 days.
Yeah.
A goose or duck call from Pacific Calls. 2 dozen dive bomb decoys. A case of Bosch shotgun shells. Some Dirty Duck coffee. Lucky Duck spinner. 2 bottles of Bangtail whiskey.
Gun Dog's giving away.
Gun
some
Dog's
stuff.
giving away bumpers and a field trauma kit.
Yep.
And I think that's everything.
So, those are the ways that you can get entered into this. It's very simple. iTunes and sharing our episodes. But you got to be sure and tag us, because if you just share the episode and you don't tag us, then I don't know to get your fucking name down. So, it's a little bit different, but it's kind of what we've always done. I know Spotify, you can't leave reviews or anything like that. So I figured for the Spotify listeners, they can screenshot that they're listening, put it on their Instagram, and that can be a way for Spotify listeners to take part in this. And then, like I said, also, if I share anything from the Big Honker Podcast, be it clips, be it I always do guest. Anytime that an episode gets released, I always release that. So if you share that, be sure to tag us. So I just kind of wanted to do it a little bit different, but still kind of have it be the same. So that is the giveaway, and it will be the last one before hunting season gets here.
It'll probably be the last one for the year.
That's what I just said. Oh, before, yeah.
Yeah. And we can, if you have your hunt, the days, I'm going to give you the days on the hunt too.
Okay. That'll be great.
I'm going to do that because it's not going to be just open to everything.
But
the hunt will be January 19 and 20, and you can hunt cranes or geese.
Ooh. Get a little combo going on there.
We can goose hunt or crane hunt. It'll be the 19th and 20th, January 19th and 20th. 4 guys. I'm going to put it on the calendar in just a minute. January 19th and 20th, 4 guys, 2 days, lodging, meals, and a hunt. You come in on the 18th, have dinner that night, 6 o'clock, dinner that night, 3 meals on the 19th. The morning of the 20th, we do breakfast, and we do a second hunt. We can do crane or goose hunt.
Beautiful. I know I've gotten a lot of messages last week about when the giveaway is going to be announced, because I know we said we would do it first part of August, and then you were gone, and then we've had a bunch of guests, so we have not gotten around to just having a bullshit session like we kind of anticipated that we would have at the end of July.
And it all is to be an open book that we are. Doing podcasts is not as easy as everybody thinks it is. There's a whole lot more goes into it, and that's why when hunting season gets full blown, we cut down on the numbers of them we're doing, because we're just busy. There's a lot more to this. Andy works his ass off on all the editing and all that stuff. And we don't edit our podcast, just the sound checks and all that stuff that happens. And there's a lot more to it. My hat's off to him for that. But I had a lady in town told me she's going to start a podcast. Well, you and Andy have one that looks like it'd be a lot of fun. I thought, you ain't got no fucking clue. how hard it's not easy to get guests that are good guests and everything that goes with it, but that's why we're 2 weeks delayed on this. Anyways.
Well, and I mean, we just had a bunch of guests that we couldn't get on any other time. No. Usually, about every other week, you and I will do one of these, and it's been over a month because it's been people want to get on, Jeff. Yep. We are the power brokers of the waterfowl world. People want to talk to us all the time. So anyway, that's the giveaway. We hope that you're excited about it. We hope that you will participate, and we will pick a winner. It is September 6th, right? That's
September
Labor Day?
September 6th is Labor Day, that Monday.
So the more you share, the more names you'll have in the hat, and that's how we're going to do this one.
Go like us on Instagram, all of our social deals. Help yourself, help us. Let us help you.
Let me help you, Jeff. Let me help you.
All right, well, let's get
Anything
off of here.
else?
I got shit I got to do today.
Yeah, I'm sure, Jeff.
Some of us have jobs, Amy.
Mm-hmm. Go check out all of our sponsors. There is no reason that you should have to go anywhere to look for any piece of waterfowl equipment other than our great sponsors. Check out Shin Gear Waders. Check out Pacific Calls, Dive Bomb Industries, Boss Shot Shells, Dirty Duck Coffee, Lucky Duck, Gundog Outdoors, Goose Creek Retrievers, Looking Glass Duck Club Podcast, Bang Tail Whiskey, Eyesight Drone Service, and Stanfield Hunting Outfitters.